Hello, friends. Today I am going to be talking about the financial stability as a chef, how to achieve that. I am totally discussing this topic according to the Google search, and I would be saying my views along with that, and it's for betterment for me and for the betterment of the person who is viewing this video. Since you may not realize, but this is a very important part. Financial stability is a very important, since like the financial crisis I am facing now, I do not want any other chef or any other aspiring cook to be struggling like me and facing insults from the family. And it's far more better than having no capital and struggling financially to be have some stability in your life and keep on progressing for the culinary arts you are doing and developing your career. So let us start. I would start it. First of all, we must focus on gaining significant culinary experience and specializing in high demand areas. We must go to the regions there where the demand is high, demand is not low, so that it's a valid reason, I would say, since high demand tells that there would be high job opportunities. Next is working in prestigious establishments. This is where really necessary that I worked for 6 years, past 6 years, and I never went to prestigious establishment. I just was working in small restaurants, and there is no benefit in there is no written documentation for the experience I did, the cooking I did. There is no valid point, or no one knows that I have done cooking or I know cooking. It's like no experience. So it is very very necessary and very better, very good option, and we must wait and must work in prestigious establishments. And next is seeking leadership positions. I would rather say we must not seek leadership position directly, but we must keep on working our tasks, and side by side focus about half an hour on learning the leadership qualities. It is very necessary to get these leadership qualities, since I do not have these leadership qualities and I'm suffering. I'm really suffering. And since leadership qualities help us to generate more efficiency in the work, it helps us to lead a team. If you want to it's like make people work, if you want to invest about some capital in your business and you think that you will make people work, you need leadership qualities. So it's far more better to have leadership qualities, develop yourself and seek leadership positions, since it is very necessary for the upliftment and stability, of course. Next is exploring side hustles like teaching cooking classes or consulting. This I am following this point. I am trying to teach myself and the people. Now at the present time, I'm not earning any capital from this side hustle, but I'm practicing my skills, and this will lead to I would progress and hone my skills in the expressing my views, since I have suffered and experienced and felt that the financial stability is very necessary, and we must have this side hustle, since you cannot just keep on cooking and not getting some If you are totally dependent on cooking, then you miss what will you do if you're not cooking? Just imagine. Next is actively managing your finances by budgeting and controlling expenses. This is I do not follow this. I'm really sorry for that, but due to some reasons, I'm unable to follow this. But it is very necessary. But I do follow this. It's like to not invest in big projects. If you are not, if you are a type of have a mentality of not managing your finances, and if you are have the mentality of investing, and I would rather say invest less. Invest. I admire the quality of investing, but I simply say invest less from what you want to invest. At least control your investing urges. Since expenses are mandatory and necessary for the career upliftment and all that necessary things, but you have to control the expenses. And of course, you have to do budgeting. Budgeting can be done for the years, like a 2-year plan, 3-year plan, 4-year plan, and I do believe in 5-year plans. Budgeting is a very necessary point, and we must control expenses. If you want to invest, invest less and strategically, correctly. Next, the points are develop culinary expertise. If you are a chef or cook, you need to have culinary expertise, of course, by the hands, by the mouth, and by the words. You need to know everything. Next point I would say is diverse experience. Work in various culinary settings like fine dining, hotels, catering to broaden your skill set. These are very necessary, since the other, it's like the finesse in different styles. Spaces also vary in fine dining, hotels, and catering. There are a lot of people, and you need to broaden your skill set, since at the later stages, when you will be going to into leadership qualities and developing them, you need to have major skill set. It's like I can just say this is very necessary, since when I was learning the cooking, I was totally untrained, and I struggled for 3 years, and now I can just speak about cooking, and I think that in spite there is no documentation of my culinary practice, but I have experienced the diverse experiences. I have diverse experiences from working in one property to the another, different tastes, different people, different organizations. I think it would be beneficial for me to work develop my culinary expertise in coming 5 years. Specialization. Master a specific culinary niche like pastry, molecular gastronomy, or plant-based cuisine to command higher pay. Oh, this is very nice point. It will take time. Specializations can never be done in 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. It will take time. But you need to, of course, you need to read stuff side by side. There are a number of people who are sharing their views and excellent views. And the reason I'm totally inspired today why is because everyone is sharing their views on the cooking. If I am sharing views on the cooking, it inspires me to know what people are doing. If I try to specialize myself in the speeches culinary regarding the culinary, it helps me in specializing in the what people know, and continuous learning. Stay updated with the new techniques and trends through workshops, certifications, and industry conferences. And this is very necessary, since in spite I'm not working, but there are my relatives who have their businesses, caterings running, and it's like I'm learning. I'm not having some capital, but financial stability. But it's like they are learning. They are continuously changing the menus, changing the developing new locations. Uh, what are the trends? I'm giving a practical experience on how they are learning, and by side, I'm doing degrees. Some may say like it's wastage of capital, but in this competitive world, in this global world, it is very very necessary to do continuous learning, to not stop at a particular point. You cannot stop learning. In spite you may have financial stability or not, you need to have continuous learning, in which will help you in facing losses with a strength, that you have the courage to overcome the financial instability you are in now. Currently you may be in financial instability, but you need to continuously learn so that may overcome through it, like I am trying. Career progression, it's very very necessary. It does not matter you are doing a small business or big business, you need to progress your career. You are a cook or some big cook or whatever you are. I have never done, I just trained in the hotels, so I'm just talking about cooking. I'm never talking about the posts. I do not know about the practical experience of the CDPs, executive chefs. I have never worked there. I have trained in the hotels, and I can say we must seek leadership roles. When a person is doing business, he becomes a leader by default. He does not try to become a leader, but he becomes by default. But when we are in the chef world, in the culinary world, cooking positions, we need to focus on the leadership roles. Like, I don't have an experience, but if you are working as at a very reputable position, you need to target for the leadership roles. Next is work in high profile restaurants, gain recognition by working in renowned establishments. I really like this point, since I have been suffering for not working in high profile restaurants. Since there is no recognition, I have not gained any recognition by working in small establishments. Renowned establishments mean which are known by the people. A famous brand makes you famous. Networking, build relationships within the industry to access new opportunities. In spite of not working in high profile restaurants, I have some networks. I would rather say some friendly people who are into the cooking and culinary world. In spite being of the small restaurants, small properties, they are in the industry. Culinary industry and the big organizations is different. You need to have friends in the industry. It does not matter how much tenure you have. Like, my tenure of working was very bad. I'm really progressing for making myself compatible with the organizations. There are some major faults in me, and I would improve, of course. But see, I have faced the difficulties in developing in the organization. So I would say networking is very necessary. Building relationships within the industry is very necessary. Since after about 8 years ago, while I was training in the Crown Goa, A senior told me that this hotel industry is a big circle. We might meet one day, so therefore it's better to be friends rather than the enemies. So that when we meet again, we would salute each other, have handshakes, and these friendships and networking gives us new opportunities which we might not know what will it affect present at the present, but it will affect the next 10 years. This networking is going to help you in the next 10 years, that's guaranteed. There is no people will remember you in spite you travel a lot and reach to the different places. Generating additional income, side hustles, becoming a food consultant for restaurants. These all needs practices. Write cookbooks or blog about food. It's need time, but it also needs practice. And teach cooking classes. These also needs time, but we must start. It's better to start than not just think about the things. Financial management, budgeting, create a detailed budget and track expenses to manage spending effectively. Next is debt management, prioritize paying off debt to reduce financial burden. Retirement planning, start contributing to retirement saving plans early on. Important consideration, be prepared for the demanding schedules and irregular hours often associated with the culinary industry. Location matters, salaries can vary significantly depending on the region and type of establishment. Passion and dedication, a love for food and a commitment to continuous improvement are essential for success in the culinary field. Therefore, these are all my views, and with the help of the Google, I share my views. Thank you, my friends, and thank you the medias and the journalists who are searching for the food and which give me the hope and the confidence to speak about the food.